It was early evening when I hit the Mariners Strip, and up in the Lamina they were trying again for rain, with limited success, I'd say. Got this thin, cold, stop-start drizzle weeping down out of a paprika sky. I didn't have the detail on it. I'd been too busy. Some newly written subroutine was what I'd heard, something consulted in from the edgy end of the industry, coded and cooked and cut loose somewhere up there amid the vast, shifting gossamer layers that keep the valley warm. Must have had some solid marketing muscle behind it too, because the streets were crowded for a midweek night. When the rain kicked in, it felt like the whole city jammed up to watch. Everywhere you turned, people stopping to crane their necks and gawk. I spared the sky a sour glance of my own, didn't stop. Shoulder on instead. Keep pace through stalled knots of rubberneckers and eco-geeks talking shit. Anyone looking to actually get wet behind this shit would likely be waiting a while. In the pushy seduction of the marketing, people tend to forget nothing falls fast on Mars. And new code or not, this attempt at downpour wasn't going to be breaking any basic laws of physics. Mostly the promised rain just floated and blew around overhead, scornful of the half-hearted gravity, tinged in the dying light to a blood-red spray. Pretty to look at, sure, but some of us had places to be. The Strip loomed around me, 5-story settlement-era facades in scarred antique nanocrete, repair protocols long exhausted. These days the inert surfaces are lathered by decades of storm wind and grit into something that looks more like flat expanses of coral at low tide than anything you'd call human-made. Back in the day, the Colin engineers were all about huddling down. They ran the build either side of a broad channel, dug out between the exposed foundations, mirror-image structures rising on either side. 60 meters wide, that channel, and 3 kilometers long, bent just a little out of true to take advantage of existing fault-line geology in the valley floor. Once upon a time it housed hydroponic gardens and manicured recreational spaces for the original colonists, all of it roofed in under glass. Parks, velodromes, a couple of small amphitheatres and a sports field, even, they tell me, a swimming pool or 3. Free access for all. Imagine that. Now the roof is gone, and so is the rest of it. Knocked down, torn out, cleared away. What they left in its place is a scuffed and littered sunken boulevard, tangled up with barrows and street stalls, all vying to shift the cheapest product to the crowd. Get it while it's hot, people, get it now. Last season's discounted coding spikes, semi-smart jewellery, branded Mars tech faked or stolen. It'd have to be at those prices. And fast food, lots of it, steaming from myriad different woks and pans. Street chemists hang about on the fringes, pushing 20 tailored ways to get out of your head in a hurry. Street boys and girls stand at corners, flexing a more basic route to the same escape. You could argue, I guess, that you're still in a recreational space of sorts. But it's a pretty gaunt and garish spirit of fun that stalks the Strip these days, and if you ran into it, you wouldn't want to meet its eye. For those chasing that particular ghost regardless, you reach bottom via long escalator tunnels hacked inelegantly right through the original structure. There's one at the end of most of the cross streets where they back up to the stretch of settlement-era build, hemming it in on both sides with architecture altogether less hunkered and hermetic, conceived for a generation that could suddenly go outside. The cross streets end. The expansive aspirational leap and soar of the outdoor new butts up abruptly against the sombre, ragged backsides of the settlement old. You step on the escalators under big, cowled openings in the worn nanocrete, and the endless alloy belt ride carries you through and down. Or, if you're new to Mars, fresh off the shuttle, or some kind of nostalgia freak, you do the loud tourist thing and ride the gargantuan antique cargo elevators at either end of the channel. Twinned 1,000-square-metre loading platforms, still pistoning massively up and down like the breath in slow lungs, smooth as the day they were put in. Got these tacky fake historical stand clear messages blaring out on a looped track from bullhorn speakers along the safety railing, rotating yellow warning cherries, the whole deal. The grimy heavy engineering prowess of the old high frontier, preserved today for your jaded delectation. Either way, platforms or endlessly moving covered stairways, you're left with pretty much the same sensation. You're easing down slowly, sinking into the belly of something huge and probably hazardous to your health. Fine by me.